Hey, Lucia. Okay, here's what's up. Okay, so we got our one, we got our number two, 3 sections, number 2 and number 3. Okay, 3 pieces of the photo booth. You remember from the middle section right here, we've got to put the screws right here, and right here, and right here, and right here. As soon as you step out of the van, you set it up right down here and screw it in. Okay, here's your key. I'm going to put it on my seat along with my van key. And you set it up right here, not at my house, obviously, under the canopy at the Italian-American Club. And you set it up and you screw it in so that when you move it and wheel it right into the doors, there's going to be 2 rooms once you go into the front door where the canopy is. And you're going to pick the room that is for Trevor. I think it's the one on the right. Okay, when you go in there, you're going to talk to Dad and he's going to tell you where to set up. Okay, so these doors are going to remain closed, and you're going to put this box, which has the printer in it, right? And you're going to, that's it. That's all you're going to put inside there, and you don't have to lock it. Just make sure you shut it because it'll be in your way. These doors are going to stay open. Okay, let me show you real quickly how to set everything up. Here's a little map. It's very important that you follow this map instructions perfectly. Okay, you got, all these are already plugged into the power strip. See, there's only one missing, and it's the one that comes up through the hole, which is the top section. And by the way, this does not work, You got to use this, and you got to make sure it's tight. If not, what'll happen is it'll, see how tight I pulled it? It's sliding the whole thing over. But you're going to screw it in so it's not going to move. So pull it down. Jesus Christ, I can't even freaking pull it down. Okay, that thing just popped out. It's just a little rag, and that gives it some... Okay, so this is the plugs right here, and you're going to stick them right in that hole right down there, boom, on the ground, and you're going to stick this fan in there, and the fan is going to be facing this flash so that it keeps it cool, okay? And then you got 3 plugs up here. And make sure you flip the switch for your flash. Don't touch no buttons. This is right here, okay? This is going to go, boom, right in here, okay, bam. And then that's going to be going, this other end of that cord goes down that hole, and it goes right into the camera. I'll show you where that goes in a minute. So from the top, you got all these are plugged in, and the only one you got to plug in here to that power strip is this flash. There's your cord right wherever the hell the end is. I don't know. It's somewhere here. Oh, shit. It's a regular plug. Come on, motherfucker. Oh, it's already here. Boom. See it? There it is. There's the end. That goes down in the hole, and it goes in the power strip. Everything else, keep it in the power strip. Okay, by the way, this new fan, its end is a USB, okay, which again goes into the hole, and it goes into this one right here with a USB. Okay, make sure your power strip is on. The power strip gets pushed through this hole, okay, and it goes and gets plugged in to the extension cord down at the bottom. Right, the extension cord, and this goes right here, boom, down, and this one goes up, and then your door opens up, okay? Okay, and it goes in that hole, this extension cord in that hole, and it goes into the wall, wherever the wall is, to give you electricity. Okay, and then again, these are going to close. Okay, so we're going to make sure we get all those plugged in, and then this is be the configuration. You'll see everything right there, but this is your computer right here, which I know you've seen before. Okay, I went ahead and put those cords down the holes, okay? And we're going to go ahead and get this one right here plugged into the power strip. I'm going to move. This is normally not, the computer is normally not there, but okay, we're going to plug that in. Pause again. Okay, I'm going to show you this white box, which, by the way, gets set on this step stool. Sorry about that. I want to have this stuff all set up for you. Come on, let go. Okay. So we've got this step stool, which is right here, okay, next to the photo booth. And this box gets set up on top of it, okay. And this computer, which is right here already set up, is going to be in that bag, and it's going to go in this box. This is your incidental box, which, by the way, this comes out, and the computer gets set up on top of it, okay. There's your computer, and it goes over to the right side, right here, okay? And this little paper goes underneath it so you can see what's up. There's the plug for the computer, which again is already attached to the power strip. We're going to lift this up when you get to the location. And there's your power cord, right? Or there's your power button. I already turned it on, so we're already set there. This goes back in here. You take out one of these, and you drape it over. When you close this, you drape it over top so it looks kind of pretty. And that's where you do your cutting. And your cutting board is in here. Okay, you don't need the red or the black. Take your pick. There's your cutting board, which you can see, and you know how that goes on top of this container with the door shut. There's your camera is also in here, okay? Okay, this is your camera. Your camera gets screwed on right here. This goes up, boom, and you just tighten it down. It goes right there on that, in that little hole. And I'm going to go ahead and do that and show you. And then you've got 3 plugs. Let me show you where the plug is. The one from up top, that one right there, goes right into this. It's the flash. You can see that little button right boom, there. That's where that thing goes. And then on this side right here, you've got your other 2 plugs, which are part of this configuration there of plugs. One goes in here, and the other one goes on the other side. You'll see them, and you'll notice how they fit in. I'm going to do that now. Let me show you the 2 plugs. This one goes on the top. When you open that up, on the top right here, it's hard to film and do this at the same time. You can see it goes in there, and the other one looks like, shit. It looks like this right here. And these 2 plugs are just down here, already plugged in to this power strip. Okay, now they're all plugged into the camera. Right here, we've got the flash from above. We've got the one that comes down here all the way to the... Oh, this goes, by the way, it has a number. Each one of these have numbers. This one is number 3, I believe. Yep. And it goes right into number 3 right here, which, again, is part of this configuration. They're not labeled 1, 2, 3, but it's the camera plug. Boom. It goes right in there. Okay, there you go. And then you've got this one right here, which is already plugged into the power source for the camera. Okay, this is how you turn the camera on. You turn it. Boom, just twist it like that, and it's already, just leave that. Don't worry about how it looks, okay? If you let this sit for about 5 minutes, it's going to shut off, so you might have to turn it back on, but it should be good, okay? If you need to move the camera right, or you need to move the camera up and down, this right here is your up and down. Just loosen that so you can get a camera go boom this way or that way, because it's going to make sure you want to cut heads off and stuff like that. We'll talk about that in a minute, and of course, don't forget that has to come off. Okay, here we go. By the way, there's nothing else you're going to need out of this box, so make sure you put the drape over. You got your cutting board and you're all set. There are no stickers. I ran out of stickers, okay? You're good. There's a few business cards in here if you want to pass out those. But don't worry. I just want to make sure you run the operation smoothly. I'm going to continue bringing out the copier. I'm going to set it right up here, and we're going to close this door right here, and I'll show you how it all gets set up, and we'll live happily ever after. Okay, the printer is now out of the box with the label facing out towards you. And right back here, and by the way, if you turn the printer so it comes out towards you a little bit, even though the sign faces this way, we're going to do that. So you can see the plugs. There's 2 of them, and there's an on switch and an off switch. So there's 2 plugs for the printer, okay? Number 2, by the way, on this cord, all these loose cords, number 2 goes into number 2. That's, I think, the printer cord. Actually, it's a touch screen. This is plugged right into the touch screen right here. And then the other one is the monitor, which is another one. That's number 1. And number 1, that's number 4, not number 1. Number 1 is all the way. This is the printer cord, actually, because you can see printer. Yeah, and that goes right here. The power is there. That's the power. And this is the printer, number 1 and number 1, okay? Make sure they have to be in this order or we'll have a problem. All right, let me get that printer going. Okay, coming back to the plugs. This one right here, again, is the printer, and it goes on the top. So it goes behind the computer, okay? And it's going to go right on the top, and you can see how it's laid out. It's got a little bit of an angle, so you got to make sure that it fits in there right the way it goes. Boom, it looks like it goes right in there. With the label facing this piece here, that goes in there. And the other one is right here. Boom, you can see it. It's got this configuration, and it goes right in there. And then make sure that the thing is on, okay? We're going to go check, listen to that in a minute. By the way, this also says printer as well as top. We're going to plug that in, and the name printer faces the printer, okay? Because that's the way it fits. We're going to put that in there, and hopefully that'll go in smoothly. Come on, come on, come on. There it is. Okay, once it's plugged in, before you turn the printer and slide it back that way, flip the switch and listen to this buzz. You may have a DJ spinning music, so you might not be able to hear it, but listen. Oh, the power strip is not, no juice. Make sure the power strip is stripped. There it is. Now listen. Okay, what the hell? It's not plugged in. The whole system's not plugged in. Okay, I forgot to plug the power strip into the power cord. We're not going to use this extension cord. We're going to use this extension cord, okay? So we're going to take this, unravel it, put it through this hole, and then plug it into the wall. I'm just using this temporarily for now. We're going to hear that beep on that printer in a minute. Okay, now we're going to turn the printer on. And we're going to, here we go, listen to the beep. Oh, the power strip has to be on. Now you see the power strip lit. And listen to it once we turn it on. Okay, you heard the little beep. That means the printer's on, and you heard it beep twice. We're going to straighten the printer out. The only other cord, and we want to move it over this way so that the pictures get a chance to come out and fall. They're not going to go in that hole. They're just going to fall. You're going to take them out, put them over on your thing, zip them, cut them in half, and give them to the guests. Now, we might have to shift that over a little bit. The only other plug we're missing is this one right here, which is this. Okay, and we're going to take that. Everything's all zip tied. Do not undo any zip ties. Everything's got plenty of cord on it. We're going to plug that in and we'll be all set. Now we're going to go to the computer and show you how to set up the, open up the program. Okay, so now we're all plugged in here, here, and here. 1, 2, 3. We got 1, 2. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 1, 2. So we're all plugged in here. Again, all of these are already set up. They're already plugged in except for the 3 that came up from the top. One goes there, and you saw the other ones where they go. Okay, what we do then, once the computer is turned on with this button, we're going to take this and we're going to scroll, get our little mouse, which sometimes the mouse is hard to find. So just move around. Sorry about the light. But we're going to take this and we're going to go right down to photo booth right there. Double click, boom. While it's going to open up, there you go. We're going to say yes. We want to do it. Move that little mousey over there. We're going to say yes. Boom. Now we're going to have 3 windows popping up. There's 1. There's going to be 2. And then there's going to be 3. 2 of the third one's coming over here. Okay. At that point, the monitor on the other side is going to be open. There's our third window. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go around the other side of our photo booth setup. And we're going to look and see what our monitor looks like. Oh, look at that. It is dead center. Okay, the photo booth is actually warming up, so give it a minute. Now, this is dead center. If it's off shifted this way or if it's shifted that way, there's a couple things you got to do on your computer to reset that, and I'm going to show you what that's like. And again, there's your hole where you're going to tell the people to look. You're going to set your poles for your backdrop right in here. It's going to come out here. It's going to go across here, boom, and down that way, boom, to this one. And this is how you let people in. Open it up here. Okay, pull up the drape this way, and then let them come in, and then close the drape, boom, like that, and hold the drape, and you want to make sure that they understand. But you always have to press this button, not them, you, all the time, you. Press this button, and you remember it's off-centered here somewhere. Okay? So you're going to just have to figure that out, where that button is when you started going. It's still warming up. When it's done warming up, we're going to go ahead and talk. Okay, I think the reason that the photo booth was warming up so long was because the camera kind of went to sleep. So make sure you turn that little switch on the camera, which I showed you, and then this pops right up. Now, this is centered, but let's say it's off-centered. Let's say it's way over here or it's off-centered. It's not in the middle. Okay, it has to be in the middle for all this to work. And what you do to do that is you come back over to your computer. Okay, and by the way, when the Canon PowerShot turns on, just close this window. You don't have to touch any of these, click any of these buttons. Find your mouse. You got to move your, there's the mouse, close that up, boom. Okay, now the way you center that piece, and there's again your switch for your camera if it falls asleep. You come back, you come over to your start button. You hit your start button, boom, okay? And then you come over here to control panel. Hit the control panel. Control panel, you go to display. You hit display, it's going to open up, okay? You want to do a head right here. Change display, I think it's display settings. Change display settings. Or is it resolution? Let's try display settings and see what it looks like. Oh, yeah, it's display settings. Okay, that's what we want. Display. Go to number 2. You got to hit number 2. Boom. There it is. Now it's blue. This was blue. Now that's blue. You come right over here to resolution. Hit the down arrow. Boom. You take it down all the way. Okay, you got to take that down. Okay, hold on right here. Boom. Come on, Mr. Computer. Follow me now. Okay, there it is. Then you come over here. You go, okay. And you apply. Another window is going to pop up, and you say keep changes. When you're done with that, make sure number 2 is already selected again. Go back to resolution. You see it's on the low resolution. Click the arrow. You bring it right back up. Okay? Bring that right back up. You click OK. You apply. Then, oh, you got to hit it right. You click apply, and then you keep changes. Okay? When you're done with that, you can close this out. Because now, if you go back to your monitor, right over here in the front of your setup, that is going to be centered again. If it wasn't centered. If it's already centered, rock and roll. Leave it like it is. It's fine. But again, welcome to the photo booth. Press the button to begin. You press here. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You got to press all right over here. Bam. There it is. The photo will be taken in 4 pictures. Look at the camera. There's the camera. Look, look, look. To always tell people to look. Okay, there it is. Here's our picture. We want to look right here like we're going to get 4 tests. Remember, we always have to test. 3, 2, 1. Hey, smile cheese. Okay, we got our first picture. Okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, there it is. We got, okay, there we go. We got, please orient yourself, get ready, and look at the camera. 3, 2, 1. Look at the camera. Peace sign. There we go. We got the peace sign going. I know it's hard to see because we got this reflection in here, but that one took. We're going to do our picture. Remember, this is our test strip. We want to make sure that this is not too high. We're not going to take, and as we set up our black backdrop, or that it's not taking outside of the backdrop, we may have to lower the camera. Okay, in order for it to maybe make sure we take the images that are not showing area up here, all black. We want all black backdrop. Okay, and you understand that. Okay, now there's the 4 pictures. 1, 2, 3. We didn't really take any poses, but this one, the first one we did. Okay, now let's go back over here. You hear the printer? It's working. Those are our pictures as samples. Okay. It's going to take a few seconds for it to print. Once it's printed, if you got more than 2 people in the picture and you want another strip, you must, before the next ones, go and start the monitor. You got to come right over here with your mouse. You got to come right over here. It says reprint last. Okay? If you do that, you're going to end up with another set of prints. Bam. Hit it one. Boom. And there you go. You got another set of 2. There's our pictures. They're all darkened because, of course, we got light out here. There's not, the backdrop's not set up. And then again, there we go. We got Trevor, 2018, Eisenhower High School. Cut them in half and hand them to the people. You must do more than 2 people. Reprint last. You have to do it before you hit the monitor the next time around. Otherwise, you can't get copies. Okay? Now, when it's all over and the event is over, you just do the back opposite. You just close this out. Just close, oh, you're going to find it. Hold on. You find that mouse. We can just close the X and close the X. Okay. We unplug. We shut this off. Boom. Right? Oh, wrong button. We shut this off. That one right there. Okay. We unplug this. We unplug this. And just drop them. We unplug this. Okay. Okay. We take the camera off the stand, unscrew it, put it in the box. We shut the printer off. We unplug the printer number 1, drop that over there. We unplug the printer number 2, put the printer back in the box. We put this towel over top of the printer. This box can go in the van. If you put it in here, it's going to make this extra heavy. Okay, but this is where the box goes. By the way, when you're done taking the printer, I'll put the box under there for storage. This will be in there, and then the camera or the computer, go back and just shut it off like a regular camera or a regular computer, shut down. And then we've got, okay, it looks like it's shutting off. Just unplug these. Boom, drop, boom, drop, boom, drop, boom, drop. When the printer's off, it's shutting down. Remember, then just unplug that, put this back in this case, in that bag. And you'll have your backdrop there and leave all the plugs where they are and leave these screwed on until you get back to the van. Then you unscrew them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can just take those and you can put them in this box. Okay? All right. Now, as far as closing this, if you don't close this tightly, it's going to fall on your head. So it's really important. I'm going to hold on to this while I pull this. Here, I'll have to just pull it. Okay, there it is. That's going to fall out. So it's just a little piece to jam it. And when you do that, you're going to have to press this in, but don't break it. It's got to be tight. It's got to be tight when you pull. Don't let it be loose. No, not too tight, but it'll fall and hit you on the head. We don't want that to happen. Again, this goes in, and I think we're good. Oh, shoot, it was still filming. Sorry about that. Okay, by the way, the screws for the up here, damn it, they are in this bag, okay? And this goes right in here. You can set that. And then this can be shut down right there. Boom, and boom. Leave the paper in there. Leave all the plugs and stuff here. Don't do any zip ties. Take it apart. And then make sure you lock the doors. The doors are so-so. Leave this. There's no lock on there. It's going to be partially closed. That's fine, okay? And you're good to go. Remember to unplug these other plugs right here. This is the one for the fan. And by the way, there's a switch for the fan on the back of the fan. If you don't see it spinning around, you got a little switch. Boop, let's flip the switch, okay? And of course, the flash has to come undone and go back up that hole, and then we can remove the separate pieces here, okay? The last piece of the puzzle is to change the film and change the paper in the printer, okay? Right here, just pull this, boom, it opens right up, okay? When it opens up, there's the film. There's the paper right in there. You may have to change this at this event. I'm going to send you a link to the video to do that. It's a 5-minute video. It's very simple, and you just pop it up, and it should be ready to go again, okay? It's real simple. Thank you.